I don't automatically jump. It'd be a really nice bed to use this year. 1, 2, 3. I need to make sure that I stay on top of this space before I get completely overrun. Good morning. Welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. I think the birds are hungry. I did have somebody ask if I would make a chicken vlog, and really probably not an entire vlog of chickens, but I can make an effort to show them more. They're just not a main character, but we'll go deal with some chickens today. Hello, birds. Watch out. Uh-oh. We've had quite a lot of rain in the last little bit, and where there's high traffic areas, it is kind of muddy, but they've got a decent amount of not mud out here, and their run used to be bigger, but we did cut their run in half. Can't remember when. Was this the beginning part of this year? Can't recall, but we cut it in half to give ourselves another goat space. These little boys need more hay, so let's go do that. Hi, Rooster, don't you dare. You'll go in a can. You want to go in a can? You will go in a can. I'm so not kidding. I think he's done with that threat. You might be wondering what's happening right here. My kids made this scarecrow. It's hysterical. I love it so much. They change his pose every once in a while. Isn't he great? That rooster, he came back again. Kids actually saw a hawk swoop down, and one of our roosters, not that one, our big one, our Moran rooster, this guy right here, my mom named him Majestic. Majestic jumped at the hawk, which is good. That's what we want our roosters to do, is to protect the flock. But the little scarecrow also helps. Feral! Mooch! Nefarious! Come here, boys! Do you hear the cows? Those are my neighbor's cows. He might be late with the hay program today. Because there's like, where's my food? I'm sure he fed in there in the barn. He's got a creep feeder in there that feeds the babies, because they grow those out for beef. You guys need some fresh hay too. This here is an orchard grass and alfalfa mix. And the goats like it. It's good for them. It's good hay. But my girl goats have been wasting a lot of the orchard grass to try to get at the good stuff, the alfalfa. These guys aren't doing too badly though. The bucks don't seem to waste as much for whatever reason. Huh? Ew. That was good. I got so close. See, I'm good, people. I just want to give you a back rub. That's all. Even though little Gollum over there is going in the freezer, it's going to be nice for him to be handleable so that he's not like totally freaked out and scared when it comes to catching him at the end. It's basically got a whole nother year of growing and getting used to me. I think you're gonna be okay. I'm not gonna force it. My boy goats are over there. They don't know I've laid hay out for them. Come on. Come on. Good boys. Hello. Hi. Hi. So I had some questions about the back of Feral's head. It is a little bit raw looking. Really, Nefarious has it too. He's just darker hair and darker skin, so it's harder to see. At first, because they both had it, I thought maybe it was just from them roughhousing together, but they're scratching their head on their little houses that we've built. I don't know why. Like, I've looked at them and check to see if they have lice, and I don't see any evidence of lice. I may still treat them for that. Problem is, I don't like to over treat for anything if there's not like a reason, a good reason to treat. A lot of people had asked me, what are you doing for the back of his head? The answer is nothing, because besides being a little bit raw, there's nothing going on, like it's not infected or anything. I am keeping a good eye on it. They're so cute the way they traverse this large area. They've definitely got the path that they take and they stay on it. Look. Aw. Here you go, boys. There's your hay. But even for myself and my family, I don't automatically jump to treating every little thing, even with herbals. I really want my immune system, and I really want the immune systems of my animals to do what immune systems are supposed to do. And I try not to meddle with that unless it turns out that I need to. So if it looks like that's getting worse, the first thing I'll probably use on it is a product called Nustock, N-U-S-T-O-C-K. It's like a sulfur-based wound care, but so far so good. It doesn't seem like he needs it, and I'm not quite sure why he's scratching like that. When you're looking for lice on a goat, what you'll do is go along their back and you'll be able to see the little, sometimes you can see the lice and sometimes you can see the little nits, like the little eggs. But I don't see anything. For all I know, there's probably some kind of scent gland or whatever back there that he's trying to claim his territory on. I have no idea, but I'm watching it. I'd really like to be able to keep the buck goats out here for as long as possible, because I mean, in summertime, this is full of lush green grass, but this is one of my growing spaces that I do need to block them off of. I will probably utilize some of my electric netting to keep them out of this space, because I'm really excited to grow in the lane this year. The lane is what I have dubbed this space, and I did grow a little bit here. I did a couple melons. I didn't get very much out of it, but the soil is still doing good work right now. It's building up its microbiome, and it should be a really nice bed to use this year with something vining. Got this nice strong trellis, and I have a couple more beds that we need to set up, but the whole goal is to have this whole thing raised beds by the end of next year, end of 2025. I had grown in ground here, and growing in ground works pretty well for us in the spring and summer, not so much in the fall and winter, and it's a little bit more difficult for me to amend. So it's just one of many reasons that we have switched to raised beds, and I'm excited to get this space going, just like the greenhouse. The greenhouse would not be producing what it is right now if we were growing in ground. I can tell you that. Our land is situated on a lot of clay, and clay is not all bad, I will say. There's a lot of good minerals and things in clay. It's great for moisture retention to a point. When it dries out, it's like concrete. And when it's too moist outside, it's like a bog and gross. And last year, my brassicas, which are these kind of plants, the broccolis and cauliflowers and things, they got root rot essentially from just sitting in the wet soil, and that's not the case this year. Going beautifully. It's not quite time to harvest, but I figured if I was going to talk about gardening, I'd show you a little bit of the garden. This is actually the broccoli plant that we harvested, our one and only so far broccoli head off of this year, and it does have some pretty sizable side shoots. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like a whole child size serving of broccoli on this plant right now. And all of these plants will put on side shoots like that after we've harvested the main head. So there's a lot to harvest in here, and I'm excited. We're almost there. Almost time to harvest more brassicas. At the moment though, I can hear that my husband is back with a new load of hay. So we will check and see what he's up to. I don't know if I have really updated you since the walls went up. Don't let Chloe fool you. I fed her a squash this morning. Do you need help backing up? I just can't tell. Okay. This is the new hay. It's just orchard grass, which looks really good. It's not stemmy at all. For the first couple of days, they genuinely might trash a couple of bales looking for alfalfa. But I specifically asked him to not get the one that's mixed with alfalfa because they're wasting a lot. Okay, because it is different in a different cutting altogether, I do want to rotate what we have down here. Also, my hay storage, it's a lot more moist than the hay storage where we buy our hay. So I do want to rotate this out. It's just 6 or 7 bales. Sometimes these bottom bales, if we get a lot of rain, but we have gotten a lot of rain, but these are good, which is good. I just don't want to push my luck.
Yeah, especially with the alfalfa in it.
Right. Did you happen to notice that I'm using my bag stacker? Isn't it pretty? Oops.
Get him. Get him.
That's a big rat.
You failed.
Oh, don't discourage the poor baby. The other one's back there too, the other kitty. He'll get him at some point. Hi, Tolly. Is that good? It's the same stuff that's outside. It's about as packed as we can get in here. See all the hay waste? They're on this like mountain of very nice orchard grass. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Winnie. Yeah, are you gonna waste less of the other one? I certainly hope so. Yeah. So I don't know if I finished talking about what was going on over here. We've got this wall all framed out. He just needs to put a little bit of a baseboard at the bottom and clean this out. We are going to be putting some gravel down here to help level it out, and probably some mulch, something kind of nice to walk on. But yes, over there's going to be a garage door that comes down, and along this wall, this is where we'll have our hay storage. So we'll probably have pallets. More than likely we'll get some of the plastic pallets to sit down here, and we'll be able to store much more hay. I mean, we've got a big trailer. We could load way more hay and have to go less frequently, and it would store along this wall here, which is going to have like alternating clear panels and solid panels, so it'll be kind of like it has windows. It's going to be really nice. We're ordering the metal and the plastic really soon. You come here. Come on. There you go. You stay here. Buster has sauntered out our front gate when it's open a couple of times, and so right now he's associating us opening the gate with getting a treat, but as long as he doesn't run away, right? The collar that he has on him has one of those like underground fences hooked up to it, and so he does have a little bit of an alert when the fence is working that he's getting a little bit too close to his boundary line. But for a little while now, that underground line has had a break in it, and we have a little detector to look for it or whatever, look for the break and fix it, but it's fine. As long as we keep him away from the gate, he doesn't go anywhere. I never updated you guys on the situation out here. Our beets did die in the freeze that we had, and the rutabagas, they didn't die, but you know, they're not super happy. And really, when a plant gets a lot of its energy from the sun in order to create something like a really nice root, when the leaves are suffering like this, it's hard for the plant to get a good enough energy in order to produce the root that we want. So I'm not really expecting basically anything out of these rutabagas, but they could surprise us with the way that they bounce back. Our dill died too, so that was a good call to trim off what we could and freeze dry it. I guess there's a little bit here. That's living. But check this out. This is the asparagus bed. So we're definitely at the state where this needs some cleaning up. There's no good that these fronds are doing now. All of this will be a future project because some of this will actually get planted starting February. So I really have kind of a ticking time clock. I only have a good handful of weeks before I need to have this cleaned out because Not only is February the start of some planting, but also that's when some of our goats are due. So it's going to be busy. I need to make sure that I stay on top of this space before I get completely overrun. Anyhow, that's the farm update I have for you today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, because I think tomorrow, the last day of Vlogmas, we're actually going to be processing and making birdhouses out of these birdhouse gourds.